So I decided to do a series of videos that focus just on galaxies, and I want to start with a short and simple one that defined why galaxies, take why we took effort, time and resources and invested in something that we call galaxies. So in a nutshell, the example is simple, but as you know, behind every simple example there's a long story. So I'll take the story route. I had the pleasure to experience different ways of management in my life. Whether it was in the army or after the army, a certain work environment, or even lately in my last job where we used type of no hierarchical system in order to create very motivated teams. And every time that I used it, I tend to see the huge benefit that comes with the fact that you give people self-management, that you decentralize authority. There is a huge benefit that coming with this change. Although it's not simple change at all, like you see my gray hair, part of it is because of that. It's not simple change at all. People reject, and usually people that has managerial background have even are rejected more. Everyone sees it as a unorganized, chaotic environment, which is kind of true, but very few can argue with the end results of such groups, whether it's the Ford F-49 or what we've done, or even the customer support success in Zappos. They're all examples of very highly motivated team that from the outside it looks like a total catastrophe, but inside it simply works much better. And if you start to think why it's working much better, you started to realize that the management system that we are using today, it's a pretty old system that set up 100 years ago. Still the classical management, which is a combination of Tyler, Feller, and Weber, is still the basic engine of each and every organization today. And while those three management systems were superb for a very linear business environment where you produce one car without globalization, without competition, and all you care is how to make those into an automated system that can create much more elements or parts or products and sell them. When you were focused just on the efficiency portion of your business and you didn't need to take care of a complex environment around you, those systems were perfectly fit. The problem is that, as we all know, the world changed, and now we are dealing with globalization. We are dealing with the ever increasing complex business environment. And when I say complex business environment, I mean unexpected business environment. When you are coming to work, you don't have a clue what you're going to expect. It could be your competitors doing something that you need to react or better response to. It could be the government. It could be your customers. You never know. And you need to operate completely differently when your organization, your environment is completely unexpected, because you don't need any more hands to create stuff. The robots are doing it. You need people and you need the brain to operate. And when you need the brain to operate, they need different motivation and different way to organize in order to feel that they are committed for something. And they're not just coming to be compliant to something, they're actually very committed for something. And this is not an easy thing to do. You need to think through how to create just such an environment. Anyway, for me, it's pretty clear that a change in the management system is needed. It's needed, first of all, because the environment that organizations are working completely changed. And secondly, because management system has so much impact on everything around an organization. So if you want to think about it, organization is kind of an atom where the nuclear are structure and management system, and all the atoms around it are people and culture that goes but influence deeply from the nucleus inside. And if you want to change the nucleus, no way that you're going to change everything around it. And regretfully, what we have today, from a management system perspective, it simply is not a fit. Just, I posted so many times, I think the fact that took people by surprise is that the lifespan of people increased in the last 100 years, increased from 30 years worldwide average to 72 years worldwide average. While in the same time frame, the lifespan of a company shrank from 60 years to 15 years, 1-5, to make sure that you don't, my language does not, that my language is not a barrier, you see. Anyway, this is pretty amazing due to the fact that we use the same technology, we use the same everything around us, but yet people's lifespan goes up, company goes down. The number of companies that disappeared from the Fortune 500, astonishing. I think it's 82 or 86 already. The lifespan we discussed, the number of years that executive managed to stay in companies decrease, engagement of people in organization stuck in the 30 for I don't know how many years without any ability to raise up. There's so many indications that the current companies have issues. And if you want to do a root cause analysis, if you're willing to take the effort, if you're not afraid to see the results, you'll find out that the management system is both responsible for how your organization is operated, for how your organization, how people behave within your organization. Everything is around this thing that's called management system. So based on what we see, based on what I see, and based on my experience, we set up Galaxies because we truly believe that there are different ways how to organize people. And when we started to explore different ways, we find out our own way, which we call the eco-autonomous organization. We wrote a book about it, we published it, you can Google it and find it. We found a way that is actually leveraging basic idea from complex adaptive system. And by the way, complex adaptive system is a science that defines how complex systems that are adaptive as well, like our brain, like the market, are even people, are operating successfully for so many years. What are the characteristics? What are the properties? And what we've done, we took those properties of complex adaptive system and we inject them into a new management system that's actually based on the principles of complex adaptive system. That's what I used in the past. It's working like a magic. And that's what other people are doing like a magic. I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's working very well. Well, there's no perfect system and there are advantages and disadvantages for each and every system. And definitely this system has disadvantage as well, but yet the benefits are much higher than the disadvantages. Anyway, so that was the first thing that we done on Galaxies, defining an operating system that, or a new management system based on complex adaptive system that we believe other people can use to better create organization, to make sure that their organization are ready for disruption or for the ever-growing complexity in the business environment. Then in order to help people, we started to set up a platform that take all the processes and principles from our new management framework and simply computerize it to help other people to use such a system. Instead of doing stuff manually, it's always much more easier to do it with system and with software. And that's the second reason why we have Galaxies. So we are working pretty hard in Galaxies to create an organization management system that it's much more easy to use than, or it's not much more easy, it's a better fit for the future organization. We are trying to make it much more easier to use by building it as a building block on top of the current management system. So we are not throwing away the management system and say, crap, don't use it, that doesn't work. What we are trying to do is to follow the same idea that exists in science. So when science find out that there are phenomena that they can't explain, they didn't throw away all the old linear and deterministic sciences. They came up with new non-linear and non-deterministic science like chaos mathematics or like complex adaptive system or like quantum computing. And they didn't throw away the rest. They simply created other building blocks on top of what used to be before. And we are trying to do the same idea, the same principles. We are trying to create a platform that still will enable people to do their way in the old classical way, just in a computerized way, yet to be able to use ideas from non-deterministic management system on top of what we have today. So that's all. That's why this is why we started Galaxies, and this is what Galaxies is all about. It's a new management system that if you want to use, you can. It's a management system that doesn't throw away the old one. It's a building block on top of the existing one, and it's a platform that enables you both to run better your organization, both on the classical hierarchical managerial systems and on a much more enhanced management system that actually is a better fit for what organizations have to deal with today. So that's all for this video. I hope that it helps you to get better understand what Galaxies are and what we are providing. Just last edition. We have experience of implementing or running an organization in such a way, and eventually, obviously, we learn tons from doing and implementing system like that. We think that everything got to do with management consultancy. We can help you as well. We can help you to create strategies, to create organizations that are much more fit for the future, to educate people, to coach people. All of those classical services we can provide as well. We are pretty different in our approach since we are using non-deterministic science to provide our services on top of the regular one. So a lot of system thinking is being used on our side in order to get better understanding what are the core problems that your organization is dealing with, and we can help you to get into the bottom of the root of the problem, and then find ways how to change the system to help to resolve it. Not people, not culture, the system. So you're more than welcome to contact us if you want to explore this option as well. And that's definitely all for this time. And I truly hope that this session helped you to get better understanding why Galaxies, what is Galaxies, and what you can get out of Galaxies. Thank you.